Welcome back to the Sheila Teller's Experience, a channel for advice for your life. And today's topic is going to be on where do we go from here? Where do we go? In today's world, there are so many different things that are happening that we cannot change. The only thing that we can do is try to change things that has not happened. We can try to prevent or we can preserve. But whatever has happened, it has already happened. And we need to make sure that we're focusing on the solution and not the problem. Because we spend too much time on the problem, when are we going to ever find a solution? We know that it happened and we cannot change it. The only thing that we can try to do is make a difference to make things turn out better the next time or the next go around. But today's world that we live in is very unpredictable. This is a time where it's so many people that are connected around the world, economically, educationally, spiritually, okay? And we just have to have general respect for one another because we all go through ups and downs in life. We're all constantly changing. That's one of the things that we constantly do is change. That's one of the things that we do all the time, from a baby to a teenager to an adult to, a senior, middle age and senior, okay? So we're always constantly changing. So we need to have a general respect for one another. It's some things when you were younger that you were interested in and you did, and it was like, wow, like it was crazy. You get older too, but it calms down a little bit. You handle it a little bit better. You know what I'm saying? You're a little more mature, so you handle things a lot better as you get older. You should, okay? Because this is something that you've been repeating and doing for a long time. But it is so interesting how things have developed. It has developed in this kind of way where a lot of people are afraid and fearful and scared, and they take things out on other people. They think that they're the only ones that's going through things in the world, and that's not true. It just depends on how you were raised and the things that you learned growing up, how to handle troubles and good times when needed, okay? And no one is going to come through this world without trials and tribulations, without something happening in their life or for their life, okay? That may be challenging, that may be fun, may be rewarding. There's so many different things that we have to go through being on this planet and having life itself. But I just wanted to put out a message that hold on and don't take out your frustrations on each other. Don't take out frustrations on one another. It only makes the problem even worse. So now you thought you had a problem, now you created another problem, and you keep creating another problem and another problem and another problem. So it is hard sometimes, because sometimes life can hit you really hard. But if you really look at it, there's always been open doors for us to try to do better, to maybe think about things, think things through, think things over, So there's been a lot of things that we can do that we can make life a lot better for ourselves and the people around us. And when we judge and we get angry, we just make the situation worse. We make things harder to reach. We make things just really hard in general for us to achieve and for us to love and for us to come together and collaborate because of the judging and things of that nature. And it's been happening for a very, very long time. And I know it's not going to stop from this one video, but maybe it can get someone's attention and maybe they can critique some things in their life and they can become a lot better, and life becomes a lot better for them as well. Okay. But in today's world, it is rough, it is tough, and I believe it's always been like that. It has always been tough. It has not. I believe that a lot of us have a lot of convenience that a lot of people didn't have back in the day. So we have a lot of convenience, but morally and just the way we're treating one another is really not good. So I don't know if it's the convenience that is making people not appreciate life or other people or situations or opportunities. I don't know what it is, but we have to sit back and think about things and say, how can I make my life better right now? You know, it could be in a jam, or it doesn't have to be maintain. What do I do to maintain this? You know, and I know sometimes you can get stuck in a rut. You can get stuck in a rut, but you got to dig deep within and say, I'm going to make it. I'm going to make it through. I'm going to make this work. It's going to work some kind of way. And even if I have to take another route, you know, or turn down another block, okay, then I'm going to have to make another turn somewhere, because my life depends on it. My life depends on it. So when your life depends on things, you do have to make changes. You do have to make drastic changes, you know, depending on how long you waited to see and understand what is happening and going on in your life. But nobody's life is perfect. We all are trying to navigate through this life that's been handed to us, okay? And we should appreciate it, okay? And everyone, to me, is special, okay? But people do their due diligence, they just do so many different things, you know. People create, people support, you know, people give rewards, people do a lot of things. But we have to make sure that we have to try to make sure that we are not just looking at things one way, and try to be yourself as much as possible. You know, we all do things to enhance our looks. We all do. Men, women, and children. We all do. There's nothing wrong with that. It's a natural thing, you know. And some people may look at other people so they overdo it, or they're not doing enough. And I think that's where the judging comes into play, where we need to stop judging one another and let each other be comfortable in what we're doing. So just know that life is short, and sometimes you only get one shot at things to change things and make things better. So thanks for tuning in and watching the Sheila Tells Experience, and I will see you next time.